People living on Downing Street and Kidd Drive in Tyler will soon see improvements to prevent extreme flooding. As KLTV7's Emma Burns reports, this comes after years of dealing with standing water and storm damage.
House actually flooded end to end at one point, and so now moving forward, it's just anxiety every time we have a storm, wondering when the next time the house is going to flood.
Since moving into her home on Kidd Drive in 2020, the rainy season has brought repeated flooding to Michael Kimball's home. Each storm means watching the water rise and hoping it doesn't cross the doorway. After years of waiting, construction is set to begin this spring, bringing what residents say is a long overdue relief to their biggest problem.
We finally have hope for the first time that maybe we'll have a real solution.
On Downing Street, Buddy Powell says he has dealt with flooding for more than 3 decades, watching water pool in his yard and creep toward his house after heavy rains.
We're ecstatic. We can't wait after almost 38 years. Hopefully, once they get that fixed, we can enjoy another almost 40 years.
City engineer Cameron Williams says the project is a part of a larger effort to address flood-prone areas across Tyler. The structure flooding improvements will include 4 new curb inlets and multiple yard drains.
And crews are already making preparations as they've already started moving residents' air conditioning units out of the way to make room for all the construction right here along this tree line.
For homeowners who have spent years of worrying about flooded floors and property damage, this project means more than infrastructure.
We won't have to be on guard for 3 days when the big storms come.
Emma Burns, KLTV 7 News.
Now that project will cost the city of Tyler just over $587,000, paid for from the half-cent sales tax fund. Construction is expected to start this